I have such a massive hate boner for this guy, and it kind of mystifies me because he doesn't have any power over me. Um, but for some reason, I just can't stand him. I mean, I can't hear his name without wanting to, well, do violent things. I won't be any more explicit about it than that. And anyway, but this particular story about our the prime minister of our neighbor to the north just shows uh, how intellectually dishonest, how bankrupt, how morally bankrupt he is. Well, of course, putting on this show of being uh, holier than thou. Anyway, this is kind of a weirdly written um, commentary, but I wanted to use something local, so I did. This is from the Toronto News. Trudeau reinterprets his Baj policy. There he is, gesturing with his hands. So, okay, it's true, as Prime Minister Justin Trudeau told students at the University of Ottawa last week, they didn't force anyone to get Bajed because of Slovid-19. As Trudeau said, therefore, while not forcing anyone to get vaccinated, Bajed, I chose to make sure that all the incentives and all the protections are there to encourage Canadians to get Bajed. And that's exactly what they did. No, that's not exactly what you did. And that's not exactly what they did. That's true only in the sense of the narrowest interpretation of what use of force means. Exactly. That is, that Trudeau didn't order anyone to get strapped down against their will and injected with the Baj. But as this other person, the leader of the opposition party, pointed out, the Prime Minister was being disingenuous in describing his approach as mere incentives to encourage Canadians to get vaccinated. Yeah, that's putting it mildly, that it was disingenuous. What Trudeau actually said on October 16th, 2021, this is a year and a half ago. It's not even like he's trying to bury this stuff from like 15 or 20 years ago. This wasn't that long ago. This is basically now. Okay. Amazing how things shift so suddenly. A mere 18 months later, it's May of 2023 now. And he said this in October 2021. Announcing mandatory vaccination or mandatory Bajing for the federal workforce and transportation sectors was, bottom line, proof of Baj will be required by no later than the end of the month for all federal employees, and by mid-November, enforcement measures in place will make sure that everyone is Bajed. Okay. Trudeau also weaponized the Baj issue for political purposes, and we know exactly what that happened. Okay. Copy editor, get on that one. It was during the last federal election campaign. In the space of 4 days, Trudeau changed his message from anger to with compassion, meeting anger with compassion, to these people are putting us all at risk. So anyway, that's kind of irrelevant to his rhetoric. It's still loathsome, but it's kind of irrelevant to the issue of what he's doing and saying now. So I remember hearing about this. I remember that somebody said, I wish I knew who it was so I can give them credit. But how somebody said, we're going to start hearing from political leaders, hey, we never said you had to get it. once it starts to become a liability to them, once they start to see that this Baj, I'm still calling it that, I'm being ultra careful here. It's my own terminology for this thing, this thing that you stick in your arm, and which is supposedly safe and effective. But now, because there has been shown to be a definitive downside, and more, it's gone more and more mainstream. More and more people are talking about it. This is the first guy to use this kind of specious rhetoric. Maybe that's what's so hateable about him, is that I don't know. It's just he's like dumb. I don't think he's. I mean, I don't think he's all that well equipped. And yet, I guess there's some sense of entitlement, like he says these kinds of things, and acts like they aren't just hideously outrageous. I remember seeing someone ask him something like, "What's your favorite country?" And as far as as far as how they get things done, and he said China. He actually said China. He said because they don't have to deal with the rule of law. They can get things. They can be much more efficient about doing whatever they need to do. He actually said that. I mean, it's so like, who doesn't see through this guy? I don't get how he's ruling a country. He's not even that great at being a politician. Politicians are supposed to be a little bit more cagey and clever than that. And this just bald denial on his part, or this effort on his part to try to employ this rhetoric that somebody said. I wish I could remember. I honestly, truly wish I could remember who it was. Somebody said, "We're going to hear this soon." And the canary in the coal mine is Justin Trudeau. We'll hear this from other political leaders as well, but they'll couch it more cleverly, or But he just comes right out and says, "Hey, I never told you had to get it, even though I did say that you'd lose your job and your livelihood and basically not be able to travel anywhere and basically be a prisoner in your own town, because you'll be forbidden from taking any kind of transportation without your Baj certificate." But no, I didn't say anybody had to get it. Jeez. Absolute hate boner. Trudeau. That's my message to you. That's my hate boner. See it? It's long and hard, and it's coming at you.